Track is a hero we've seen pretty commonly at Birmingham in a bunch of different roles, and he actually has, I think, the highest win rate in the tournament. He's been picked like 7 times, and I think he's won every single one of them or something. But he's been played in a bunch of different situations. Mid, they played him offlane, I think, for Mind Control in one game. Mostly support for, like, Afu played it, I think. But there he is. The Doom is, he's spicy in what he can accomplish. The Infernal Blade Max is pretty ownage. A pretty common pick, but I think he's a very good laner, especially when you put him in a dual lane. So,
yeah, just a safe opener. Other heroes like the Warlock, if you wanted to try and deal with the pressure of a dual lane, Warlock tends to do better against spammy lanes though. And Warlock, or like the Doom he's spammy in the sense of Infernal Blade, but he I don't know, he can't be fully negated just from the Warlock heal. Kind of got to battle him a little bit.
Yeah. That's a hero I like seeing in these dual lane situations.
Yep.
Because of the Shadow Wave and because of the Fatal Bonds. I think it's not a bad idea.
Naga's a good one too, with the very high armor.
Yes.
She can battle pretty well early on in the game.
It's kind of insane. If you like put her on the off lane, Riptide is such a good ability. You just run in, you Riptide, you have plenty of armor to work with, and you just take away theirs, and you do even more damage. And I think she's good aggressively and defensively, depending on how they want to situate this. And they'll go for the AA as well. But again, this is one of the situations where these heroes probably won't be in the same lane as each other because of how prominent dual laning has become. Although, when they do meet up, they're a very good combination with Ensnare and the Cold Feet.
Yep. Execration probably going to ban like PL as well in the second phase. I think some teams taking the PL in the first phase against the Doom might become more common just because he's such a good core up against him. Does well enough in the lane. Hard to just like doom him throughout the game unless you can just like Shadow Blade and find him. But relatively difficult one to deal with.
Yeah.
But they could, like, let's say they ban Doom, or rather the Luna and the PL. They can still find plenty of other heroes that can actually fight in lane, so maybe they just feel like they don't necessarily want to go for it straight up.
They're going to go for the Sand King for Execration. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to pick against this Doom.
I think it's just like Gyro, PL, and Luna are all in, so we can pick one of those three. I think PL is the best one. I think Gyro and Luna pretty likely to get doomed in like the mid game, but at the very least they can lane up against the hero.
Yes, that's true. We saw the Gyrocopter kind of doing that in our first series of the day, our first game of the day, where he was battling, and that was against an IO Doom for the most part. It was like Disruptor Gyro versus IO Doom. He actually did okay. You know, where usually you expect to see any like Agi hero get destroyed by Infernal Blade. You know, he's able to sit far enough away or get enough burst damage that the Doom doesn't feel as strong potentially. I mean, there's still going to be kills going back and forth, but they do ban out the Gyrocopter. Luna was another hero that was in that game, was played in the top lane. I really did like the Shadow Demon pick, and I think it was actually, somebody was talking about it on Twitter. I think it might have been picked at ESL for one of the, I think for Optic or something like that, in the same situation, or one of the similar situations. But I like the idea of a Shadow Demon offlane. It worked out well, kind of. I was surprised by it.
Yeah, I think, again, though, once again, in the mid-game, I've seen a couple Core Shadow Demons now, and you hit the mid-game, and, like, yes, you can still, like, one-shot someone with your full combo, but, I don't know, you don't really farm that well. It's, like, kind of okay.
Yeah. 3-3 played it against Virtus Pro. They lost that game, actually. It was you talked about the DP counter kind of being the Shadow Demon, and that's, I think, what they were going for. I kind of like it. I actually, Death Prophet seems in a really bad spot, or we've just seen a lot of bad games. We've seen it banned against a lot of good teams, or a lot of good teams banning it, I should say, as you mentioned earlier. So there's a chance that they might pick it up here for one of these teams also. So it's still available. It wasn't banned out. I'm interested to see more Death Prophet. Kunkka, though, for Geek fan. And
okay, so mid Kunkka.
Yeah. I've seen this a few times in SCA now, especially in like the attacker build. It seems pretty good, actually. I like it a lot. Well, I don't know if it's actually the attacker build, but usually you go, what is it, Armlet?
Like Shadow Blade Armlet.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty solid.
10 seconds.
Kind of surprised to see picked up before you see the enemy mid.
Right.
Typically, you know what the matchup's going to be before you pick the Kunkka. Unless you have some sort of flexibility option. Like, I don't know, maybe they play an offlane Naga style. That could be one way that they feel flexible.
That's true.
And they're still not going to see anything with the Jakiro just being picked.
What is Kunkka feels like he might just be able to get farm wherever he goes. I don't know. He seems like with Tidebringer you can at least CS pretty regularly. You probably shouldn't die that much either, considering you're pretty tanky. I don't know.
Yeah, he's very strong in lane because of the way Tidebringer works with like the bonus damage working on denies, so you can kind of dominate whoever you face.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. It's a hero that's been picked a lot more recently than it has been previously. It used to be played in the 4 role pretty much exclusively for a long time. Then it kind of made this comeback with mid. Now it's finally getting to that position where it's picked more. But I think it's good, too, because you have Naga, AA, and Kunkka. And in terms of team fight combination, it's pretty sick, you know? You have an Ensnare to start things off for a Song. You've Ghost Ship followed with a Torrent. And you have Ice Blast on top of all of that. It's a lot of really good damage from Geek Fam. And not to mention, of course, the Tidebringer damage. But, wow. He's back.
Okay. That is something Doom has trouble with. And something that pairs well with AA.
Why, just because he has trouble catching him, potentially?
That, but also just in lane. Very low armor hero. Monkey King just walks on you. You can't man fight the Monkey King.
That's true.
He will win that battle.
The Jingu Mastery is too difficult. And as good as Infernal Blade is, it's not going to be enough to deal with that Jingu Mastery, plus the extra range that Monkey King has.
Even with like Satyr Aura or something, you're still going to have some problems.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You forget about the Doom. Well, sometimes you do. The low armor Doom is kind of an issue. If he had more armor, things might be easier for him, but against that type of damage, it's too difficult to deal with.
Plus, I think your Death Prophet isn't a bad idea here.
For Execration?
Yeah. I mean, if I see this Monkey King, like, he needs at least a couple items come online. I think the team fight is a little overwhelming from Geek Fam right now. AA, Naga Siren, Kunkka, and Monkey King. So there's one way you could just split push completely, and okay, maybe that's the way we're gonna go here, with a puck picked up, because then we have like 4 heroes that can clear waves. Realistically, only 3: Sand King, Jakiro, and Puck, and then Doom will be shadow blading around through the jungle, staying off the map, looking to create pick-off opportunities. So they're really missing a faster tower siege, I would say. So Luna's still in the pool. I think Luna or Terrorblade, maybe that's the answer for Execration.
Mm-hmm. That's not a bad idea.
5 seconds remaining.
Somebody that just
really
better
like the
tower
TV.
push. Does Troll fit that situation, or is that maybe not? Or is it like what we saw in the last game where he just gets ganked a lot? You know, if they go for Troll Warlord, or something else.
Troll's kind of okay.
I guess they don't have the best battle trance users, right? Like the rest of them aren't very good.
Yeah. I don't know. I really feel like it's a TB game for them.
Yeah. That hero has fallen off.
Yeah.
Pretty much a cliff, but he's still pickable in certain situations, and this definitely would be one of them.
They even banned the Void just to, like, again, make sure they can't get any team fight on the side of Execration. I mean, it's not that team fight's awful. It's just like these are some real team fighters, you know?
Yes.
I mean, I guess Puck is kind of disrupting it, and maybe if they execute right, Execration could still win 5v5 situations, I'm sure, with these last 2 picks, but it just feels a little bit easier for Geek Fam.
Yeah, I think so. I could see the counter initiation, though, from Execration being really good because you have, like, a bunch of melee
Puck
heroes.
and Sand King are, like, 2 of the best counter initiators in the game.
Yeah, and especially because Kunkka and Monkey King kind of want to be in the fight. So they get Dream Coil, they get Burrow Struck, they get Ice Path, Macro Pyre follow-up, and then you're just like, well, I guess we lose the fight. Even though we've started off and we did a really good initiation, there's still a good chance that the turnaround is there. Plus Doom, of course, that you have to deal with. So, and if you're fighting against a counter initiation, Terrorblade might be the perfect hero for that because then you just pop meta, and as long as the Terrorblade is not getting focused, he just dishes out the damage. So,
I feel like they're gonna pick Luna, but I don't think I like it.
No,
I think Luna is just like in the meta right now. The answer that someone's gonna look for. Maybe Lifestealer would be kind of okay actually, but I don't know. I feel like they're just going to pick Luna and lose.
I think Luna can get run down, especially early into the game, too. You get ensnared and you just die. Okay.
Oh.
That's...
Okay.
She's got a bit more mobility, and...
That is interesting. They have no minus armor, and they pick a PA. That is so uncommon.
Yeah. I don't know what's the... Why do you pick PA in this current meta? Why do you pick PA in general? I mean, what is the choice of PA over other heroes like the Luna or the Terrorblade, for example? What's the
or the Troll, which was also still in. Yeah, no, that's a good question. I guess they're looking to get active, fight off fight a little bit. I mean, she is in a sense a good split pusher because it's really hard to grasp just how much her like off the map works. Like that stupid thing where she's not on your mini map
Blur,
actually
yeah.
drives me crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
So there is that, but yeah, I guess she's looking to have that mobility out of a core, try and keep up with someone like the Puck and the Sand King, and they're looking to just play aggressive, I would guess.
And the troublesome thing for Execration, though, is because of the fact that Geek Fam have this insane team fight lineup, and they pick the 5th hero that gives them even more team fight, given the circumstances in the Enigma, where you could start you could start the fight off with like a Naga snare or Monkey King stun, and the Enigma could come in and finish it off if they group up. For Execration, they try to go for a counter initiation. You know, you could black hole or something along those lines, but it is essentially insane team fight. Like it's up. It's like up and down team fight coming in for Geek Fam at this point. So we'll see how it goes, I guess. It all starts with the laning phase, and that's the curious thing. Where are they going to send everybody? It does look like it's going to be the Sand King Doom top, so double melee, but they'll be against Monkey King Ancient Apparition. So again, Monkey King with that long range should be fine against at least the Doom. The Sand King could try to stun him. Enigma's going to be bottom. They're probably going to keep the Naga with him. He can always head back to the jungle at some point with Eidolons. I don't know. I haven't seen Enigma in a while. It feels like an interesting hero. He's very fast with the boots. He is moving.
He's zooming, is he?
He's really... He feels a lot faster for some reason. I don't know why. It just feels like he's... Camera can't even keep up with him. He's so damn
He has
fast.
no legs, dude.
That's true. He can float. I don't even know what this is called. He's not really floating, I guess. He's moving like time and space or some bullshit.
He's kind of floating.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some more to it, but I don't know it off the top of my head. I mean, the rest of these heroes just feel slow comparatively. Meanwhile, the Doom has found the Monkey King. They actually dropped a ward on the rune spot, trying to get some extra vision. And we'll see if they rotate. They did rotate Brian up top, so maybe they're going to start this Naga Siren in a tri-lane and just try to give the Enigma some early space. Of course, you can deny the creeps. You have your Eidolons, which will keep the wave, I wouldn't say constantly pushed, but pretty much in his favor. So that should be good. Two aside. Did they get 3?
2 and 2.
Okay.
Oh, no, they did get 3. You're right.
I was going to say. That's pretty big.
Yeah, because the Enigma had to back away. 1 is deny. Can't fight 2 because he's got 3 heroes top.
I mean, he's not going to... If they tried fighting, that'd be a disaster anyway. You have to go Eidolons first, so you're just like, I don't do anything. It would just be a Naga down there with with Riptide, and you're just like, I don't really care about that. So, but yeah, he does deny the ranged creep with the Eidolons. He'll do his best to micro them. And Grims will dual breath and try to get some of the CS. And he gets 1.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. But he did take a little damage for it. He needs to be a little careful. So we'll see how this Enigma can do. It is going to be a tri-lane top. They would really like to secure a kill because, again, the enemy team is doing 2-1-2. They're going to get more experience out of these lanes. That's the trade-off. And, of course, the Puck in mid. Actually doing great for Carl. 6 last hits to Chuan's 5. It's still pretty early. A lot of harass being taken, though, already with the Puck auto attacks, and he phase shifts the tower. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup mid. I guess the Kunkka will have a better time once he levels up his Tidebringer, but he's going to get plunked for the time being.
Yeah. There's definitely issues for Puck here. Kunkka needs a lot of regen, but Puck can't really dodge the Tidebringer at all.
Yeah, it's tricky. Still,
I think he just dodged that one.
Just...
But I saw Chuan. He's like faking it, right? Or he's. Wow, you even dodged that torrent. All right, Carl's on point.
He is playing pretty well. It's actually impressive when you can dodge the Tidebringer because you don't know when he's actually going to attack the creep.
Yeah.
I guess when the creep gets low enough, you're not going to, cancel.
Yeah, he's not going to miss the last hit.
Exactly. So maybe it's not as hard. Yeah, Carl is playing well though, and again, a Puck kind of doing well in a matchup that I thought would be more even, but it's still early, so I'll hold that thought. Meanwhile, the Enigma bottom is sitting on 6 last hits. The Doom top lane is sitting on 2. He is in a dual lane. They pulled the wave back. Did they go all the way around to get this wave? It looks like they might have.
Yeah.
Oh, they're giving the...
I would assume so.
Iwe is getting last hits on the Sand King. I'm going to assume that's how you pronounce his name.
I think it's a situation where they've been like the wave's been split apart, so it's like you kind of have to just take the last hits that are given to you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though.
I guess Doom is Devour and can get some gold later. I think getting a Blink Dagger on the Sand King is really important. You know, whereas you'd go Phase Drum on the Doom, which is not bad. Maybe they just really want to prioritize this Blink, or at least getting boots even for Uwe might be the thing that they want.
Yeah, no, he's definitely getting the gold right now.
7 last hits. He's 2 ahead of the Enigma, who is now forced to jungle. Enigma level 3, Uwe level 2, so the offlaner is getting a bit more experience to work with. And his Eidolons are doing a pretty good job. He actually, I think, even stacked the camp, which was really nice. But now they're chasing...
Yeah, they've left Nando, though.
They're chasing after Uwe. He should be fine. They have another Ensnare in 5, but he can always burrow strike out in 3 seconds. Riptide. Maybe they can get this kill, actually. They're going to tip Ollie. That's pretty funny. Uwe, you might be dead anyway. Cold Feet comes out. He's going to try to burrow.
Leave
Is
me
it going to be
alone.
enough? Yeah, he's fine. The tip actually works out then. Very stylish play.
It's a distraction.
Nicely done. They did rotate in. They were rotating the Doom, trying to get behind the tower onto the Kunkka. He was sitting like right here. And then he just TP's top to help out the Sand King, who was about to get dove. So there's that. Like you mentioned also, though, well, Nando was alone for a while. He's got 28 last hits, 11 denies. For all intents and purposes, he has a free lane. You know, other than the occasional deny coming in from the Enigma and his Eidolons, he's doing completely 100% free farm at this point. I guess so.
Yeah, that is definitely something to worry about. Maybe they were just looking for like a BKB core, because that was picked up before the Enigma. So they were probably just thinking like, okay, BKB core, someone who can just fight through this wombo combo they have going on. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks if you get songed sometimes, but or what choice do you have? The wave pushes in up top.
The Ensnare too, I think. It's not like they can't lock him down even if he gets BKB. They still might be able to, but
it's true. But yeah.
I guess it's also maybe a comfort hero for Nando. Not that I've seen him play it. Maybe I'm forgetting. But
I mean, he has 0 Dota plus points in it, so how comfortable can he be?
How do you see that anyway?
Riddle me that.
Oh, you can... he has,
Usually
he's no... whatchamacallits either. No relics.
Yeah, no relics. Yeah.
That's the critical thing. Oh, nice scan from Radiant. And Carl's going to be just fine. Or at least he should be. Unless he somehow gets torrented or X'd or something. Then he could die. But they're playing very patiently. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I was waiting for the gank mid, and then... Well, they're going to go for it anyways onto Carl. He uses the phase shift. He did already use the Illusion Orb. Dream Quill coming in. Riptide coming out. He's actually got a Fairy Fire. Great stun on it, too, from Uwe. And Bryant might be dead. He will go down to the Caustic Finale. And Ollie's going to die as well. What a turnaround. A great scan from Execration makes it so Carl is involved in 2 of those kills, of course. One getting taken by the Sand King. But, man, what a turnaround there.
Yeah, and that's them trying to make the play before Kunkka's level 6, so not having the boat. Maybe you're not going to hit the damage onto a puck, but at least the rum for diving a tower would be so helpful for 3 of your heroes.
I mean, those heroes are super squishy. Even Bryant, with all the armor that he has, is pretty insane. Tron will go for the X marks TP, get some regen. He bottles up, and that's just the best thing ever. He's just back with full
Look
HP.
at top, the level 6 Monkey Kick versus 2 level 3s.
He does not have the Wukong's command out that he needs it. Even
very similar to our last game where the supports are hard sacked, man. This is why we don't have tri-lanes.
March is dead. Nando dove him. It's not something you expect. He dove literally like past the tier 1 tower. He even dropped the Midnight Pulse, and Nando had like a lot of HP there. He didn't even have his Aquila in his frickin' inventory. He had the phase boots, and that's it. And he did enough damage. I'm sure he got some coup de grace hits, but still. Now they're going to find the Sand King top, maybe? Ghost Ship comes out. Nice burrow strike. Still dead anyway.
Until Enigma 6, I mean, there's just no threat at all. Dive him over and over.
Yeah, and Grimm's is just shadowing him. He's going to steal experience and all that stuff and just try to steal some last hits, and he actually might. Nando is, yeah, he's, wow. First hit coup. There's a good Midnight Pulse along with the Maledict. Can't remember which one. Well, he's dead anyway. All right, that was a little too aggressive, Nando. That was kind of insanely aggressive. Like, he hits you with a level 1 Malefice, and you still die to the Midnight Pulse in the tier 2 tower. That's pretty insane.
Tier 2s do a little bit more.
Yes.
They're slightly scary.
That was aggressive. He's still top net worth hero, but that's one of those plays that I know you want to shut down the Enigma. You don't need to make that play.
Yeah, like ruins your own farm. It puts him closer to level 6. and then you can't make that play at all anymore once that happens.
Yeah, then he just holds you and you're dead.
Oh, Puck, this is dangerous.
Chuan going for the TP. Nice play. Waning Rift will do nothing. Bryant walked out of the coil. He almost did it well, but it's going to be a double kill for Carl. They actually got both of the kills because of the TP.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the only play Chuan could have made, so it was smart, but he took a little too much damage.
Oh, there we go. Nando literally TP's back down bottom and then just gets some crits.
Man, this makes me want to play PA against an Enigma where you just dive tier 1s. This seems like fun, even if it doesn't
you
work
can do
out.
this against any offlaner.
That's true. You know, but the thing is, there's so many 2-on-2s now that it doesn't really happen that way.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish it was like this more often, but it's not. Excellent tip.
Yeah, they do get the ward, though. It was a bit obvious with those dives that there must have been some vision there.
Oh, by the way, Nando's going to go Vanguard first. He actually had DeToNator in his quick buy, whereas the Monkey King is going Battle Fury. How do you feel about the PA, number one, not going Battle Fury? Do you think this is a better choice so that they can fight earlier, or do you think
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that's the point. If I was going to pick PA, I would want to be fighting.
Yeah.
Or else I would have just picked Luna or Troll.
That's fair, yeah.
Especially Luna, I feel like.
And it's not like they have the Jakiro at least, so they can push towers at least a little bit. I'm with you. I think that, and especially because coup de grace is so good, especially if you get some extra points in it, you could really start fighting and doing some damage. I really do
plus,
think she's very survivable when you get the Vanguard too, like more so than you think, I would say.
Yeah, definitely very lineup dependent, but this is a fairly good game for it up against the Monkey King. Just so much physical damage. His Ollie top dove.
They missed the burst.
Out of mana under tower. Yeah, just give him the
They're so
burn.
slow. Oh my god. Infernal Blade onto Faded, but Faded is like 4 levels ahead of them. They still might get the kill, actually. It's close, but there's the Boundless Strike. Faded really wants this kill. They have another Infernal Blade in one. He also has Scorched Earth. He has to use it. It actually takes 1,000,000 damage. The Infernal Blade does come out,
Such a
but
low level.
that was not the play. He almost ticks down to the He does tick down to the Infernal Blade. Meanwhile, Carl gets a dive kill on Chuan in the mid lane, which was I was not anticipating. Yeah, that's the issue. When you have a level 8 Monkey King versus a level 4 Doom, it's not going to go well generally for the Doom.
Dude, look where that Puck just got that kill. The tier 1's still up. Like, damn.
He dove hard. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Chuan there, but it wasn't great. He had to buy a
Dude, this
bracer.
is the dream Jakiro game. Like, all he's done is walk bottom, liquid fire the tower over and over. And now he's mid, he just puts another point in liquid fire. Hey, yo, Puck, can you dive him again? I just want to hit the tower some more so I can go top.
Listen,
and I might hit that tower some more.
Just make some space. We can get all the tier 1s and get more farm. We'll win. It's great. So
like, there's virtually zero push on either team. Jakiro's the only push in this game.
It's true. I guess Monkey King's not terrible, but or Enigma for that matter with Eidolons, but there's no way he's gonna do it.
But
there's no way he's gonna get to a tower anytime soon. He'll just die to the PA or something.
yeah.
They do have the Monkey King mid. They're gonna try for.
All right, I didn't even see him. He was a tree on a tree. I had no idea he was there.
I just saw it because he jumped. That was the only reason I knew he was there.
Yeah, once he jumped, I was like, oh shit.
There's a Monkey King there. Brian might be dead. He has Ensnare. He can't get it off. No Song of the Siren. Nando gets a nice crit that he didn't need to get the kill. That's Vanguard now working on his DeToNator. And the rest of the team smokes up mid for Geek Fam trying to find a fight. But boy, our Execration moving quick across this map. We don't got tower pushes. Don't worry. We got a siege creep. And Sand King and PA hitting it. That should be enough.
I'm here. Guys. Don't worry. I killed another tower.
Meanwhile,
team is welcome.
Doom is level 6, but probably dead. Ice Blast, he's mega dead. Well, can he get the Doom off? Does he want to? Probably not.
He doesn't want to.
They're going to turn it around with the Dream Coil. The Veil drops down. The Illusion misses, though. That's a lot of damage gone. But Ollie's probably dead. Nando hits him 3 times and dies. Ice Path onto the Kunkka. Ghost Ship Rum wearing off, and in fact, Wolf died. Carl gets a double kill, who is now on a mega kill spree. He's 5-0-1. Not only does he have Veil, but he has more than enough money for his Blink Dagger. And this game for Execration is suddenly spiraling out of control. My God, they have a 6K lead, Trent. Jesus Christ.
I'm so glad this PA is not building a Battle Fury right now.
This is like one of those turbo games where your Jug just builds Battle Fury for some reason. You're like, why?
Yeah, and you're just like, why are you doing this to me?
This is turbo. Don't do that. He's doing the exact opposite this game. Good Waiting Rift. Faded. That was a good effort with the Monkey King ults, but you are dead. And that's pretty brutal. That is pretty brutal.
I've been playing some more of these turbo games.
Dude.
This is feeling like a turbo game, so I feel like it's apt. And I had a Tusk who just built the Aghanims, and I was playing Sniper, and he just kept kicking people right before I killed them, and they kept living.
Why?
And eventually I had to yell at him. And I was like, dude, I need you to stop kicking these people because you're saving them every fight. And then he stopped.
Dude, oh man.
But it was pretty funny.
We have played our fair share of turbo games. I've played a lot recently. I'll get back into that story after Chris
Thank you,
dies.
Cavern Crawl.
Bryant is dead. Can't even get the mirror images off. Ollie's going to get chased down. Swear to God, this is a rough game for a freaking Ancient Apparition. Double kill. You know, they didn't even need the epicenter. They're going to use it anyways. It's going to be 3 dead. A double kill for Carl. I played a Jakiro game in Turbo where I literally I was mid, I pushed down the tier 1 tower within 2 minutes, went top, did the same thing. This is exactly what it feels like for Grims. He's not even really doing anything. Oh, Liquid Fire. Oh, he missed.
Dude, he's level 5, and he's trying to Liquid Fire a tier 3 right now.
That's how you know you're having a good game.
What is happening? This is Turbo.
It is. It feels like it. I swear to God, they're just running at people and killing them. Yeah. Maybe Nando's played his fair share of Turbo recently.
During the draft, what was the discussion? It was all about this ridiculous team fight for the Dire and how crazy it is, and how they just went all in on the team fight. And so, in the long history of drafting, the discussions for beating team fight have been split push, or it's like that chaos kind of idea, or like pick off, where like they're never fully set. And I feel like the ridiculous push that they had has kind of made it so that they're never together. They don't have their full 5-man ready to go because. Yes. Monkey King just has the rat, and also they just went ahead before the levels were ready. Like, yes, the team fight is now there from the Dire side, but I mean, Enigma just bought a Midas, so he's not going to have a Blink or a BKB anytime soon.
You know, I think the PA diving the Enigma under the tier 1 tower is kind of a microcosm of this game, and they're just not ready for it. This is before BKB. This is before DeToNator even. It feels like there's not even really that much of initiation. You have Ghost Ship or an Ensnare or a Song to start things off. Kind of need like an axe or something. Meanwhile, Doom comes out onto Bryant. They missed the ice path. And actually, they're going to maybe try to turn this around. They did lose the Kunkka. Oh, this Monkey King is severely dead. My God. He's burned alive, hit up by the Doom. Everything they want, they can just find. They're going to get a tier 2 tower. They're just not ready. They can't take these fights. They have no initiation, and especially if the Naga gets doomed. What do you do then? You can't song. Good luck. My God.
Nando's basically like a Timbersaw this game. That's kind of like what his game has been, you know?
Yeah.
He's playing the same way. He's just like, I'm pretty much unkillable right now. I'm just going around the map. I'm getting kills, but instead of being a Timbersaw, it's way better because he's a PA. You would rather have this hero heading into the mid game when you want to secure Roche.
He is not quite, but almost 3K ahead of the Monkey King, who has died like 3 times now.
Yeah, and for now, he's been holding that 3K. And now he's actually about to spend it.
This DeToNator, nice. Like, he's already killing Ollie in like 3 hits. Now he's going to kill him in 2. Or maybe 1 if he gets a crit. I'm not even sure. Who knows? March about to die. No, he's able to get out. He went Midas. And you're down 12K. I mean, I guess you have to do this. You got to get a Midas and like a BKB and Blink Dagger and hope for the best. But my God, do you feel like you don't do anything? This Enigma has done nothing.
All right, here comes our first song fight.
They're going to find Grims. He doesn't even care if he dies, I think, especially if they turn it around. They'll jump in with the Primal Spring. Here comes Nando. They get off a nice stun. There's going to be the burst right coming up, but the Wukong's command comes in. Nando, great turn coming in from Carl. 3-man coil and the silence as well, but they're not dead yet. They've only lost the Naga. Lumic coming in. He doesn't have Doom. Ghost Ship about to... Actually, just gets them back for now. Faded's going to run away. He's got the Urn ticked on him. The Ghost Ship is going to keep him alive for now. He needs Storm. He's got to try for a TP. He's going to. They have the Shockwave, but it's not enough. He actually makes it away somehow. In the meantime, Carl might be the one that's in trouble. X marks. They do have Hole. He might use it here, and he does. Oh, no. 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 That's it. This game, it's over.
Get me out.
Get out.
Thinking instantly tips the Enigma.
Oh.
As he, yeah, give him another one, Lumic.
God. Fight
Savage
under the tower. No. No. That could have been a huge kill. He was like on a godlike spree or something, or close to it anyway.
Yeah.
And then he literally was like 2 inches away with the black hole. He thought, okay, I've got the X marks. I got this. No.
Yeah, that was their last ditch. And the way they set up, like, Execration saw that coming. They've had very deep wards. So I think they knew that where the whole dive was coming from. And you saw where Jakiro was just planted up front. Like, I will pop the smoke, and I'm going to make it so you can't song. Like, song combo only works when there's, like, 3 of you balled up when she starts it. If you're all split, Like, he scared them all out. Naga didn't want a song yet. They identified where the Naga was, and they just dove on top of her with the Sanking and the PA. And the fight's just over.
It's really good positioning from the Jakiro, because if he dies, what really happens? You can still get
and
out.
here he goes again. He's like, oh, we're rushing?
Meanwhile, Carl's already in the back lines. Ollie is about to die. One auto attack. Yep, he is dead. Chuan pops the ghost ship, but now that's down. You can't use that for any further team fight. The rest of their team isn't even here. Enigma is still, down bottom. He is 100 seconds before Black Hole. Any team fight that you take now for Geek Fam is forfeit. There is nothing you can do. Chuan is probably going to get doomed, or they might not dive this. We'll see. Oh, they've got the sinking.
History dictates they will die.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I guess they didn't need the doom. I was not sure if they would go for that, but boy, did they. And he's dead for 10-25. This will be a tier tower. They have Aegis on the PA. Now, they don't have the best pushing of the Jakiro, but this game will probably end in the next 5 minutes or so, I would say, unless some huge team fight happens.
They're just way too far ahead.
Yeah.
They can't fight them.
Wow. I mean, Execration looked good. They had a pretty good idea of how to deal with the team fight lineup. Number one, have an insane puck player named Carl.
Yeah, he's been playing very, very well.
That's pretty much the only rule that you need for Execration. Number two.
Yeah, they just played so fast. Like, the gold onto the Sanking, as you said in the laning stage, made all the difference, honestly.
Yeah. I was surprised they went for it, but boy, is it working out. Dream Coil on it too. Ice Blast sails in, does nothing other than hit Ube. Brian will mirror image. Good ghost ship, but there's no real follow-up. The Kunk is dead now. Brian's dead. He did have Song. He couldn't get it off. The Monkey King is just like, I'm done. This is over. I'm not coming to any fights.
There's not a lot of position ones that can keep up with like an instant blink Sanking, but PA is definitely one of them.
Yeah, that's actually really true. I like the combination of that. And that's the cool thing about PA is that Phantom Strike. You get coup de grace, you get one decent item, you can start really going ham. Even if it's a Vanguard, you don't necessarily need the damage because you have coup de grace and you're also a couple levels ahead the next closest heroes anyway.
Yeah, and like Lumic, he was on the poorer end of this game, but he has had the Satyr Aura the entire game, and he's just been keeping them all up during all these pushes.
Unholy Aura is pretty good. Like, they don't really need any other region than that. Do they even have an urn? I doubt it.
Yeah, he's a Spirit Vessel too on the Doom.
Oh, that's pretty good.
He bought the urn really early.
They're going to pop the Black Hole and get Stream Cooled immediately, and that's kind of how this game has gone, and that's pretty depressing. Nando might actually die, but he's Aegis, so I don't think he really cares. And the Ghost Ship will hit him, and that's Aegis gone, but there's already 3 dead.
And
finally,
GG called.
Back out. Yep. Game over. And that last fight right there is kind of a microcosm of how this game went from start to finish. March playing the Enigma. We expected big things. I was excited to see black holes. We saw 2 of them, both of which missed. Well, one of them hit for 0.25 seconds, but pretty brutal stuff.
Man, 10-1-10 on the PA, 13-0-9 on the puck.
Yeah,
Woo!
that's Carl.
Goodness.
Carl and Nando together had a great time.
Carl.
And